So hey guys, Teresa Dell here. It's Insight with Teresa, real rogue and random on Wellness Wednesday. I just wanted to share something with y'all for Wellness Wednesday. I did something this past weekend that will carry forward, and I did I potted my herb garden, my little potted herb garden, and I'm really super excited about it. I did a repurposing of a baker's rack, and I scrubbed it down. It was in an old barn. I scrubbed it down, and this might repeat in the next video that's attached to this, but anyway, so I scrubbed it down and painted it matte black, and then I did the wood in a driftwood water sealer stain, and it looks really neat. I'm really happy. Still kept that vintage appeal to it, but I did it, and it is now repurposed. The baker's rack is now repurposed as my potted herb garden that I'm super excited about. And so I also did something. It's a secret, though. Don't tell anybody. It's a big secret. It's going to be a big surprise for everybody. Along the back fence, I'm going to turn the camera here. Along this back fence area here, mostly right behind my space, of course, and here I planted those big, huge, I scattered those big, tall sunflower seeds, and then the medium height ones that have the beautiful different colors and sizes of sunflower, they're right in front of the big ones. And then I scattered all the way right about there over this way. Then I scattered a whole bunch of tall growing wildflowers, mixed wildflowers, and in front of that I scattered a ribbon of low growing wildflowers. It's going to be so beautiful, and I've been keeping them wet. There's another rain coming, so that'll smash them down really good into the earth, but I'm really excited about them coming up, and I know that they come up regularly. They seed themselves, but so that's super exciting to me, and it's a big surprise. It is a really big surprise for everybody. I hope I don't get in trouble. I don't for doing it. This is my property, but I think it's okay because they just leave that weeded out there, and they have this defensible lawn space for in case there's fires, and then they have that weeded out there. And I thought, so a fire truck comes and parks on it, or you know what I mean, that's okay. Let's just hope we don't have to have one come though, right? Anyway, so that's what I did for wellness, because sometimes wellness isn't about, well, let's put it this way. Sometimes the best wellness comes from detaching from whatever it is that's going on in your head, that's messing with your head, that's breaking your heart. Sometimes you have to detach from it and find your Zen zone. You know what I mean? Your get down. Go to whatever it is that brings you peace, that makes you happy, that helps you release and not worry about the things that are trying to drag you down. You know, I've had gardens for many, many years of my life, and I have had greenhouses, and I've had outdoor gardens behind my greenhouse. And I will show you pictures of the garden design that I did when I was living in Wyoming. It was behind my greenhouse, and I wanted to grow bigger things, some squash, sunflowers, things like that. And I built my garden with railroad ties and that roll-out redwood and wire fencing, steel stakes, and heavy-duty cable ties. And you know what? It was beautiful. I even built my gate out of it, but added some pine slats to keep it straight, you know. And I will show you pictures of that because it turned out so beautiful and practical and functional. It was really great. So, and that was my own idea, walking around Tractor Supply looking for what I could use to build my fenced garden area for, you know, again, for things that were too big to grow in my greenhouse. And I came up with this idea. I'll attach pictures with you. Little neighbor boy helped me dig the dirt, and little Boy Scout, so he got Boy Scout points for that, and I paid him too, but he helped dig up the dirt, and then I just built all the mounds, and he helped me put the fence up and hammer the steel stakes in. And it just turned out to be really a beautiful little garden project. But anyway, sometimes you have to just make do with what's available, you know, to get it done. And that's what I did. Anyway, so those are the kind of things I like to do. Certain kinds of crafts as well. I like to create things. Some people have other outlets. It could be music. It could be anything. And cooking too. Sometimes I'll spend a whole day in the kitchen cooking and creating and sharing stuff to share with people, because that's an outlet from things that are in my head that I don't want to think about right now. You know what I mean? So basically, again, wellness and healing can come from things that are very therapeutic that you enjoy. And don't allow yourself to stay stuck in thoughts that are unpleasant. Take yourself out of them. Divert, because sometimes you'll come up with a master plan for these things that have been troubling you, not even thinking about them. You'll just go back to them because you have to deal with them now, and aha, boom, there it is. You just needed to release some of the stress for a while. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this Wellness Wednesday, and my little sneak on the wildflower thing. But anyway, and just remember that you are allowed to take a break. You're allowed to give your mind a rest. You are allowed to set yourself free and do something that gives you enjoyment, all right? Something creative and artistic. You're allowed to do that, all right? So I want to thank all my new subscribers. We're growing slow, but we're going to grow. I'm having fun doing this, and let's just see what happens. This is a test run. Let's just see what happens, okay? Anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy this, and there will be that other video attached here in a minute, okay? Take care. So we had a little timeout, and and here is my little garden. It has herbs. See my herbs right here, and here they are, some more. Now these on the bottom shelf are going to be trained to flow over the pot because they don't have a lot of head space, and that works. I've done it before many times with limited space. I've had abundant gardening space and I've had limited gardening space, but this was my Christmas, or my Easter weekend creative project, was restoration of this shelf. It was just a very weathered metal, and I cleaned it up really good and did the matte black, and then the driftwood waterproof stain. And I like it. I like how it turned out. It still has a nice vintage appeal to it. And this is my little patio space that I have here. It's actually a little roomier than it looks in here, but I'm going to put a little sitting area and a little outdoor rug, a little patio rug, and make it my little kick-it zone, all shaded and under cover. This is really a nice spot for my little rack too, because it catches the early morning sun. And for the first like 3-4 hours of the day, and then the sun goes over the top, and in the afternoon it catches just flashes of that hot afternoon sun, so it's not getting hot afternoon sun all day long, and I'm really excited about that. So this was my diversion from too many things to think about. This is my diversion for Easter weekend, and it was really pleasurable, very soothing. And so I recommend, people, when you have some stuff going on this Wellness Wednesday, I recommend thinking about things that make you happy, diverting your attention away from stuff that's clouding your brain, and just focus and do something that's fun, something that's relaxing. And that's about it. So y'all take care. Bye.